Beauties, and welcome to the Divine Witch. And today we're going to chit chat. I'm not doing any readings today, but if you want to pay for a reading for the future, that's fine. Hopefully, you guys are doing good. I'm doing good. I'm trying to get my life in order, and by that, these nails are going to get done. Hopefully, here soon. But I figured it's been a while since we did like a little chit chat, kind of chill with each other. No expectations from either end, you know what I mean? Hello, Cold Rain. Welcome, my dear. Hello, Princess. Hey, RJ. Hey, Coco, baby. It's been a while since I've seen you, RJ. What have you been up to? How's everybody doing? What are you all up to? Hey, Luke, baby. Hello, Elena. How you guys doing? So today we're doing kind of like a casual sit down talk. Don't really have no topics to really talk about, like planned ahead of time, but I kind of figured we'll go wherever it takes us. Hello, Executioner. How are you doing, my dear? Are we allowed to ask a question? You can ask questions as long as they're like magical, spiritual questions. I'm not doing tarot reading today, so just living the life. How have you been? I've been doing good. Slowly getting ready to start doing some renovations to the house. Now, I know you guys see this, like where the paint's chipped and stuff. We're wanting to do some painting and stuff, which we're going to be able to do next month. So it's kind of been just chilling, getting ready for things and all that good stuff. How and sweetie as always. Right? I am sorry, Luke, my dear. You can always privately message me and book a reading if you're wanting a reading. But I just figured we'd kind of chill today. Plus, my nails needed to be done. And I'm like, you know what? It's been a while since I talked to you guys, like actually talk without like giving somebody life advice or reading. So why not? Texting and treadmilling. I swear that's what you always do. It's like every time I talk to you, I'm on the treadmill or I'm lifting something. Which, by the way, are you starting your channel soon? Have you got your computer fixed? Or, like, what's the update on that? Isn't it interesting just to watch somebody else clean their nails? Like, I have nothing better else to do with my life than get on YouTube and watch some bitch talking about cleaning her nails and random shit. At least that's how I see it in my mind. It's probably totally different, but you guys know what I mean. By the way, I'm going to start releasing some Austera videos coming next month. No update as of yet. Well, that sucks. You never realize, like, a lot of people I know, they go get their nails professionally done, which I've done in the past. Hey, you found them. Thank you. You're awesome. But, like, I don't know. You realize a lot about people when you look at their nails. It just kind of gives you where their mental mind state is. So you said we can talk magic and stuff? Oh, yeah. Oh, crap. It just, like, squirted towards the screen. Yeah, magic, whatever needed. Have you ever had a chakra opened? Yes. Normally, most from what I know, or at least my experience, most of your chakras are open, but they can be blocked by negativity and certain things. That's the way I was taught. Now, as far as like opening third eye and things like that, third eye would be the one that I open the most, per se, or use the most. One, because that's how I do my readings. And two, because that's how I can calm my mind enough to open my third eye and see the spirits in the house. So, it's always fun times when you're dealing with the ookie spooky ookie. Like, that's what I like to refer to them as, the ookie spooky ookie. Which coming next month, I got to go to a friend's house because she's got house spirit that she wants me to figure out their name. So that way she's just not calling it. Which I think is really respectful. But it's just so funny. I get updates like once a day, like, hey, this is what's going on in my house. I'm like, it doesn't sound that bad. It's finally getting sunny around here. People are starting to walk around. It's true. Yuri Tarot. Exactly. Now, it really depends. I think most people's chakras are open, really. Or they can be channeled up. You know what I mean? Like, if you're attracted to somebody, you know, that sexual energy down at the core where the pelvics and stuff is. If you're in love, heart chakra gets opened. That kind of thing. If you're speaking your truth, then I believe your throat chakra opens. All that fun stuff. Just depends on what practice you're doing. Well, that's how I've always seen it. Like, normally, if, like, I see it like this. Like, if I get a sore throat, that means that either one, I'm talking too much, or I'm stressed and I need to take a moment to get rid of those blockages that I'm facing. If I end up having headaches due to stress, that lets me know, hey, my crown chakra is not where it needs to be, and gives me an area to focus on, because your body will tell you what you need to work on. You know what I mean? It'll give you insight into what you need to do. You just got to listen to it, which most of us, we're just like, screw it. You know, we'll take some Tylenol or something like that. Especially if you're dealing with like chronic pain. And sometimes, you know, it's neurological and you can't help it, no matter how much you try to cleanse your chakras. And that's the thing, like, people think magic cures all. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Sometimes you have to take medicine and put some herbs together and stuff. Yeah. Yes. You probably want to put water over it, put a little bit of salt on it, let it set for a little bit. That cheese is everywhere on that pan, because we had cheeseburgers today. We went simple. What do you guys think? I like it. I don't really like how I do my nails, but I think it's pretty. Ew, no. Okay, it didn't crack. I thought it cracked. I was like, no, I love this color. Which this is the color that I'm going to do my kitchen in. Which I'm super excited. It's like almost like a Tiffany blue. Do what I need to do, and don't look like crap. So, how is everyone else doing? Anyone else have any questions, any concerns in your life, or you just want to rant? Feel free to. That's what I'm here for today. Chit chat, talk, experience, community, that whole thing. Speaking of community, I had someone from a local college reach out, so I answered their questions for their thesis paper, which I'm pretty sure they'll end up getting a hold of me to speak in class at some point when classes, you know, start reopening. But it's a fun little journey, you know what I mean? But it's also weird, like, when you're answering questions, especially when they're like saying, oh yeah, you know, what does the pagan community need, and this and that. And it's like, well, first off, pagan community, it depends on who you're talking to. And as far as belief systems and morals, it depends on the individual. Oh my goodness, something just fell in my living room and I screamed like a bitch. I'm not going on in here and there. Oh, you'll be all right, baby. It's probably just, I don't need to smoke a cigarette that bad. I need to seriously elevate my mental health. Perhaps that would help on some areas. I'm just stressed. You know, for the last few days, I've been kind of like, what do I talk about? Like, kind of like a writer with writer's block, you know what I mean? And I took it as this. Sometimes when we don't take the breaks that we need to, our gods or the universe kind of just gives us those moments. And by realizing that, hey, mental health, I'm having issues with it. That's pretty much the universe's way of going, hey, this is what you need to focus on. Which, you know, you can look at different methods. Like some people say, you meditate, it cures all. Some people can't meditate. Like they just have issues with it. They're not able to because of the way the brain's wired, or maybe they're not into crystals, you know what I mean? For some people, you know, relieving stress or stress causing things, you know, some things we can't get rid of out of our lives. So, you know, you got to kind of customize it to yourself. What helps you calm you down when you're stressed? What elevates your stress? You know, it's just kind of like when you're writing a spell or you're trying to create something for a god or goddess and you're not really sure where to go and there's no information. You kind of just got to do a trial and error thing and find out what works. Because, you know, just as we're all different, so is, you know, the approach to our mental health. At least that's my philosophy when it comes to that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? I do not like the way that looked. But do you feel like you're just blocking yourself, or do you feel like someone's blocking you, or you just feel like you're just too overwhelmed? Like even myself, you know, there's people I turn to, and a lot of the times they don't really have the answers you're looking for. And then you start realizing all them self-help books where it's like, it starts with you. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm fucking lost. I need a guide to my own self. You ever feel that way? Which, I mean, we do got spirit guides, but if you have trouble speaking with your spirit guides, or they're kind of like one of those spirit guides that I don't talk to you, we just kind of make sure, you know, you're okay and you're alive. And occasionally we drop hints of, hey, don't fucking do that. Because some guides are like that. You know, you kind of just get lost. Very overwhelmed. I just say take it one thing at a time, baby. Whatever's, I mean, I'm the type of person though, as if I can see it, like write it down and see the problems I'm facing, I'm able to deal with it a lot more. But that's my personal approach. I can't say it'll work for everybody, but you know, it is a valuable option. Or you could go like CSI style and just make a whole board about all the fucked up issues and start taking string and color coding it. That's another thing. Mary Meat, hello, Cook. How are you doing today, my dear? Getting on here, chit-chatting, talking spiritual, mental, physical. We're covering all the bases today while I'm doing my nails. And eventually I'm going to be doing my hair, but I got to wait for my nails to dry. You know how it goes. It's not like I'm going anywhere. It's just it's kind of like when I always sit there and say, hey guys, self-care. This is part of my self-care. I just wrote down something that I was thinking about and I'm going to burn it. Ooh, you know what? I don't know where it is in this house, but I have it. Have you ever seen those like little packets you can get to change the color of the flames? That would be a fun ceremony. Like write down all the shit that you just can't handle. Get some wood or propane or whatever, throw one of the packets in it, set the mood with some wine, some good music, throw that shit away. In West Virginia, oh shit. I say West Virginia, shake this and the tip comes off, and it's not going to come off now, but it's pretty here. It's kind of like, this is what my mom would have called ammonia weather because it's right in that sweet spot. You know what I mean? I find that exercise and my meditation engages the body and allows me to disengage my mind / ego. Right. And some people are that way and they're good at it. You know what I mean? Like you get into that, they call it almost like a trance. What are you doing? All I see is this in the kitchen. What are you doing? Let it sit there a while. You put the salt and stuff on it, right? You didn't rinse it with water?
I did rinse it with water.
Well, put a little bit of salt on it. That salt will eat away at that and help make it easier to come up. Pro tip. I got one too. Mine's bigger. And mine's for nails and yours for picking teeth. The alpha state, right? That's kind of trying different things. Like, I surprised the hubby this year and I was like, I want to fish. He's like, what? Why do you want to fish? I'm like, I don't know. It just seems like it would be calming. You know what I mean? You don't really have to think about much. You throw it in, you're by the water, you're out in nature. If you got some good shade, you're doing good. And as long as you don't hook yourself or hook somebody else, I mean, those are the two main problems that you got to worry about. And being able to hold your pole. Hold your pole. But I don't know. It just seems like fun. It just seems like another way to make the mind go whoosh. Lucy Cookie. I could see something like that working. My mind wanders too much. Meditation, right? Like when I was younger, my dad would take me down to this little creek by our house. And we would just go there, sit, throw rocks, talk, look at different stuff around. And sometimes that's even good for oneself, you know what I mean? It's whatever gets you going, whatever, yeah, even crafting is a good way too. Hey, Aya, welcome, my dear. By the way, guys, you should totally hit that like button because it helps our views and stuff. And, we're trying here. We're having basic conversation. That's worth a like. Thank you. Hello and welcome, hubby. Oh, your hubby. I was like, my hubby's not here, but he will be tomorrow, and I'm super excited. Which tomorrow we get to go deep diving into my basement and putting things away. This is not a needle I am holding. This is a nail cleaner, cuticle pusher, stab. So I guess it could have multiple uses. Because I did my nails. You didn't get to say that part though. But yeah. It's all fun and games until somebody loses an eye, right? So does anybody do like herbal floor washings? Because I'm looking for a couple different recipes. Like I got my own. And I want to do it during the spring, obviously. Because I do one at least once a season. Hello from Australia. Hello, Kathy, my dear. Welcome. We're just chit-chatting about anything in life and mystical, spiritual, mental. So an orange stick. Pretty much, kind of, sort of. Yeah. That's funny. I got this big blue bowl. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but it's got a bunch of fruit I always keep in it because we're bougie like that. And I got it for like $1. But it's like this prettiest blue. I can't remember what the glass is called. Spring is the start of Aries season. Yes, it is. We have an Aries in my coven. And I always try to change his birthday. And he's like, what do you have against me? It's fucking great. What part of the Great Down Under are you from, Kathy? By the way, that is a good question. You're Autumn, right? Who Autumn? Autumn who? Autumn. I love how my hair just does this random fucking loop shit. Autumn. Scorpio season. Yes. Scorpio season is my season. Which is another thing. A lot of people give Scorpios a bad name. We're only dicks if you're a dick. Just putting that out there. That's the only thing. Like, people were really like, meh. Towards the poor Scorpios. Do. Hey, baby, how you doing? Claims from North Old. I live in the tropics. It's our wet season. I try to be. Sometimes I'm an asshole and I can admit it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not one of those who are like, no, I'm not a dick. It's everybody else. No, I know I'm a dick. I can be dickish. By you, and are you from Sydney? Worst day ever. Why is it the worst day ever, baby? What is going on, mama? Tell me what you got. By the way, Crystal, I was talking about you with the hubby. I'm like, we got to go down to Florida. I've got to meet her. Because she just seems like she's got that light, that energy light. You know what I mean? Okay. Hubby's beard feels great, by the way, from your oil. And he freaking loves it. He's like, feel my beard. And I'm like, do you like it? He's like, I fucking love it. And I'm like, aw. My stepsister lived up to the rep of a nasty Scorpio. Some have the ability to. I have a shitty timing question as for you. What is your question, baby? I'm not really doing like tarot today, but I'll take a question. What do you need? I'll help you out, mama. What you need? But I know how many amazing Scorpio people, right? That's how I'm saying it. Like, zodiacs are great, but it also depends on what zodiac you're looking at. Like, there's so many fucking zodiacs. There's the Chinese zodiac. There's our zodiac. Some cultures had their own. I think the Mayans had their own zodiac. Like, it's a whole fucking thing. Onto my bottle of Shiva. Yeah, it was funny. When he put it on, I was like, what bottle did you put on? He's like, what do you mean? I was like, did you read the note? He's like, kinda. And I'm like, you do realize that some of those are summoning oils? He's like, what? It's like, yeah, you can summon different things. Well, I hear from Steven again. The mighty, mighty Steven. We got strength coming up, and we got heartbreak with the 3 of Swords. So it doesn't look like a very good outcome, but I'm going to say that in time, you'll be able to see why. But as far as I knew from our last reading, I told you what, like 8 hours to like 8 weeks or something like that. So I would give it time, my dear. Give it time. That's the idea. I don't think I can make an Athena-based beard oil. Oh, come on. Why not? It was funny. It was like, I had got this hair cutting kit a while back. He's like, why do you need that? I was like, well, 1, if I ever get to a point to where I think I can cut my own hair, I got the right shit. And 2, because Bear, the one who had his leg messed up, he gets shaggy. It's starting to get warmer. The boy needs a haircut, which that's going to happen today after I get off this live, which is going to be really fun because he's not so bad. He just, there's certain areas where he's like anybody else, like, why are you touching me there? Okay, kids, I'm off to hit the shower zone work. Have a good one. You too, dear. Good luck. May the gods be with you. Sorry, my mom showed up. I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, operator. Why is my towels on my rack of spinny utensils? Well, your dad is a bad example of how my kitchen's going to be. For him moving out. Sorry, my mom showed up. It was 8 weeks with the timing for him moving out. Right. But I think, yeah, from what I'm getting from the 3 of Swords, and then with strength in reverse, and then death in reverse, it's going to take some time. Well, you haven't heard from him since Tuesday. Realistically, it's Thursday. That's 2 days. So, you know, if his living arrangements aren't going as they're planned, you know, there may be some shit going on. I don't think it's really fuckery. At least that's the energy I'm getting in what I've seen in the cards. It's not really fuckery, but I do think they've got to get their shit in order, you know what I mean? Jelly bean. Jelly, jelly, jelly bean. Do, 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 do. Dun, da, dun, dun, dun. Do, do, do. Cookie of Doom. That is exactly what I'm talking about. My anxiety is killing me now. You could learn to crochet. You could draw a pretty picture. You could make a puppet and stab it. That's always a fun pastime for me. I know I'm making light of the situation, but that's how I do. That's how I operate. If you're looking to get your mind off of it as much as possible, there's always good Netflix series. Sorry to run. Need to see My Sweet Scorpio. Not a problem, dear. Enjoy your Scorpio. May they break your back with splendor. Splendor.
Nothing.
Huh?
Salt and nothing.
That's because you didn't leave it on there long enough. You can't just salt some. Girl. I'm a puppet. Get a Care Bear and just start stabbing it. Don't ask me why I picked a Care Bear. Poor Care Bears. You know what the creepiest doll from when I was a kid was? Those damn Raggedy Anns or those Cabbage Patch dolls. They, to me, freaked me out as a kid. And it seemed like everybody in the family always wanted to get those for the girls. Hello, Mike Drop. How we doing, baby? Today we're talking about spirituality, fuckery, and our lives. Welcome to the shit show. Take a seat, grab a drink, grab a snack, enjoy the fuckery. Hey, that reminds me, I need to check my email to see if I got anything back from the theology class. See if there's anything else I need to do. Nope, I'm good to go. Fuckery is my vibe. Me too, baby. Me too. Hello, Ascending Butterfly, and welcome to the fuckery. Take a seat. We're talking about lives, magic, and chaos. You know, one of the things that I like, this is basically just me rambling about random things that I think about. I am not doing cards today, my dear, but you're more than welcome to join us for discussions and stuff. If you do want to book a reading, though, I'm available anytime. But hopefully things are going good on your end. It does seem like you're dealing with some shit. Especially with the emoji and the fire. But there is a few videos I'm going to end up doing. So for the month of March, I think I'm going to do swords next on the certain, you know, what is it called? Suit for tarot. That will be March's suit. And then we're going to do, I want to do a witchy cooking tip one. Like, you know, different witchy food items, different recipes people's come up with, and their own little spin on kitchen witchery. I think that would be fun. You guys remember these pens? I always have so much fun with them. I lost it for a while, and I had to use my black professional pen instead of my play pen. The pen that I play with. She works hard for it, honey. Never try kitchen witchery or any witchery. That sounds fantastic. I think so. Just like different recipes, like, you know, recipes that you can make in your kitchen to whether you're sick or you want to open like for instance, we were talking about chakras, like maybe mixing together some kind of tea or some kind of brew or a tincture for, you know, certain spells and stuff like that. I think it'd be a fun little series. And I leave it open. So if anybody has any suggestions of certain things. Straw, that song makes me miss karaoke covered fuckery. Right? There's a song that I love to hear. And it's got Believe Hello and there's another girl. And it's called Strawberry Wine. I freaking love that song.
It's a workout.
Working hard for it, honey.
Yes.
Well, eventually we're going to get new pans and they're all going to be non-stick. So that's a great thing. Everybody's got that one square pan or like pizza pan or like cookie pan that looks like it's been, brought from the 1800s. Yeah, that's basically what she's trying to get clean. Because it's been through some shit. It's seen some shit. I always found it fascinating, like when people like hand you down their stuff and like as far as like cooking utensils. Deanna something. Probably. And that's another thing people don't think about is like when you get stuff like certain cooking utensils passed down from, either a mother or a grandmother or an aunt, and eventually they pass. That's like still having them around in your home, having them cook with you in a way, because you got to think residual energy gets put into items depending on how many times that person used them or sat there, or, things like that. So that's one thing to keep in mind when you're dealing with kitchen witchery is if you have stuff that's been handed down and they're no longer with you, they are still with you. And it's common that you'll actually smell smells or have memories when you are actually touching the object. That's seeing strawberry wine. Yes. Smith, hello, baby. We're just doing some fuckery, chit-chatting all about and all that fun jazz. It's the day where we just kind of get to know one of each other and ask our magical questions or just bitch about life.
Walls.
Huh?
Walls.
Hey, before you do, the front of that contraption that heats stuff.
Oven.
Yeah, that.
Contraption that heats stuff.
That big thing that's about yay big, somewhat this height, and it makes the food hot. I do not know where the Gabby is. I assume she's doing her homework like she should be. Either that, or I think she started doing a channel. I'm not really sure. Well, my life's a shit show. How about y'all? What about are you running from my gal? What? Whereabouts are you from my gal? I do not know. It really depends. I don't know who your gal is. I'm not really sure. There's a lot of women. Which one's yours?
Contraption that heats things.
Yep. The thing that makes things go beep. I'm sorry, though. I don't know what we're talking about. To the galleys with you, to the gallows. I don't know why I got this out because I never really double up on my, I guess I meant you just as an endearing term. Oh, okay. So I read that wrong. My bad. Yay. I know, right, Smith? We're slowly climbing. We're climbing our way up to the top of 1,000. Dear Lord. We commit crimes to reach us as subscribers. Not really. I am from America. I know, right? It's like you can't say it with a straight face. I am from America. My state, if you scream the name OH, that's what you get. It's like a big cult.
Imagine going into a Walmart and just screaming, OH!
I have before, and you will hear, no matter where you go, if you scream it out in public, someone around you will say IO. It is guaranteed. It is facts. I have a story time for you. Tell me your story, baby. Hello, Sarah. I want to rule you. I'm from Maine. What is there to do in Maine? I never really thought about going to Maine, even though Maine does sound nice. I imagine Maine has like a lot of waters, a little bit of ports, some good eatery, some buckery, and definitely some good bars. That's at least the vibe I'm getting. What?
I didn't know eatery was a word.
Eatery. It is. It's a place where you go to eat. Casually.
Casually, yes. I love how you're just staring into the side. Hi.
I'm talking to my ghost.
Hey. I talk back.
Hi.
I'm trying to make it unknown.
Oh, you should have seen your sister yesterday. She's running. Oh my God. So yesterday. If you weren't here during the live, you missed some shit. My little one's back here fucking doing acrobatic shit. And I'm like, what do you want? What do you need? Well, I just wanted this. Well, why didn't you come ask me? Instead, you see this little blurb going like this. Yeah, that's beside the point. Lakes, bars, lobster, fuckery. Yep, it's lovely. It does sound nice. Ohio, we've got haunted places we can story at. If you're into sports, they got that kind of thing. If you like food, depending where you're at, depends on what I would recommend. And we got a shit ton of cornfields. Like, you haven't lived till you've been in a cornfield in the middle of the night. More so 10 months of winter, and more so, you're right, nothing to do. Hey, if it's a cold place, I'm down. I am built for cold weather. Even though I do like to swim a little bit, so that might fuck up my swimming schedule, but we'll figure it out. Hello, Brittany laughing at me. Crazy. I don't know why when people tell me where they live, I just automatically put myself going there at some point. Because it's just interesting. Like, okay, what's there to do? What am I going to do? I hated Ohio. I don't hate Ohio. Like, we got some good things. Like, you know, if you know where to go, which I do, you can find some really good shit. You know what I mean? Like, I love fucking Ha-Ha's Pizza. I'm a huge fan of Yellow Springs. The comedy clubs are all right. There's a few bars that I know, both biker and non-biker alike, that I would go to or I wouldn't go to. So, you know, it just depends on where you're at. Hey, Tai. Oh, shit. My cousin passed away years ago, and it's strange how a red bird hit my car very hard, like it was trying to get my attention, but mainly just lovely, lovely, lovely. You are the second person I've heard with red birds, depending on the bird and depends what it means. It's a random state to live in. It's just like saying, oh, you live in Alaska or something. Like, who chooses that? Oh, shit. He passed in a car accident. I miss him so much. I'm so sorry, baby. Okay. That was fucking weird. I don't know if you guys heard it, but literally as I'm reading about what you're talking about, you just hear, ah! And I was like, waiting, like, oh, God. I was in Forrester, kept getting stuck in fucking triangle of death. And stuck between trains for like 20 minutes. Today is his passing. It could have been a sign, you know what I mean? Saying, hey, I miss you. I love you. Or, hey, bitch, you need to fucking pay attention because if you were on your cell phone, that would be a possibility. You know what I mean? Either that or it could have been a blind bird. That's a scientific reason. Either that or birds are assholes and they'll try to dive bomb your car no matter what. They're kind of like squirrels and deer. They don't give a fuck. They do what they want. Very loud. Whoa. I know, right? I just heard that was some shit. I know, right? That's what I was like. That's fucking a little weird for me. Even for me, because there's been a few times that's happened. And one of the times it was close to somebody hitting my fucking house. So I don't like that sound. That, and every time like during the summer, my hoodie is nasty. I got to clean it. But if you go around this way, there's a bend. And there's this one light pole over the last 3 years that everybody fucking hits. Hey, Libra, baby. Welcome to the fuckery. Wild turkey flew at a few speed ahead. Hit my door, popped off my side mirror, and flew away like normal. Fuck. What did you do to the turkey? Did you eat its grandma? Like, fuck, dude. At that point, I'm like, fuck it. Nature wins. You're welcome, sweetie. You know, normally what I do when it gets to the anniversary of like my mom or my brother's passing, I always make something that either they like to eat or I go and get the stuff that they used to like to eat. You know what I mean? And then just kind of do like a dedication day, you know? I don't really go out to the cemetery that much just because there's one thing to know someone's dead, but when you're looking at their tombstone, it just, it's hard to believe. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where you're like, yeah, they passed. You can't go see them no more. You can't talk to them. And it makes you sad when you think about it. But seeing the tombstone, fucking gut-wrenching. I swear, who knew a huge rose flew like that? I do the opposite. I can't even delete their phone numbers on my phone. That's how I was for the longest time. I had a voicemail on my phone for a couple years of my mom, and I lost that voicemail, and I fucking hated it. It's one of those things where you're like, you wish you could get it back, and it's almost like reliving someone's death, because that's the one thing that you hold on to. You know what I mean? To hear their voice just one more time, no matter if it's something stupid they're saying, you know? And then when you lose that, it's like you realize, I'm never going to hear that again. It's hard, man. Exactly. Oh, don't get sad. I'm just saying, like, as far as death goes, you know what I mean? Like, you get into that mindset. It's like, you know, I don't really fear death, but there is that sense of like, when I get to that point where, you know I'm going to die, of course, fear is going to kick in at some point. Or, you know, how's it going to be? Is it going to be quick for me? Is it going to be painless? Is it going to be sudden? Will I be able to do what I need to do? Will my kids be, you know, you get all these thoughts. And I guess it's more so that, you know, that I'm a mom and I'm thinking about it because I've lost my mom and I've lost my dad. So it kind of puts me in that weird funk of like always trying to leave something behind for the kids. And that's kind of another reason why I do these videos. May I ask how long it's been since your mom passed away, hon? It was in 2015, my brother passed away. And in 2005 is when my dad passed. Because for a while, it was like bad for our family. Like, the first one who passed was my aunt, and she passed like year or two before my mom. Then it was my mom, then it was my brother, then it was my aunt, then it was my grandma. Like, it all went crazy over like a 2-year span. And some of them was just old age, some of them was drug related. And my mom, when she passed away, she was still fighting cancer, and she had pneumonia. She went into the hospital once for it, got out, and decided that she was never going back. She acted like she was better, but really she wasn't. It was some crazy shit, I'm telling you. But I think people do it. You know, people have their own way. Like me personally, if I ever get old, I do not want to be in a nursing home. I've had too many friends who've worked in nursing homes, and I know how they roll. And no matter what bullshit they feed you, they don't take care of you as good as they say they do. Not a problem, baby. You sleep well. Sleep well. Meditate. Well, I mean, it's kind of like a mental sleep, right? Meditate well, my dear. And I'm with you, baby. I know. It was the kids. Raise those vibrations, baby. Turn on that music. Enjoy yourself. And give your brother some messages of love. Especially in the populated states where people retire. Exactly. Like, they don't give a fuck. I've told the kids, I'm like, I don't care if I'm old, senile, I don't know what I'm going. Put me in a playpen and keep me there, because I ain't going nowhere else. I will fight. I will bite. Because to me, it's like every person I've ever seen go into an old folks home never lives like 10 years more or 5 years more. It's like within a year, they're dead. I'm like, Much love to you, baby. Either that or there should just be like some summer vacation where old people can just be like chilling, naked, living their best life until the day they just, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't want to see old people naked, granted, but eventually I'm going to be old, so I won't care. Clothes are too restricting anyway. Nudist colony. Exactly. The old retirement nudist colony. Let all your saggy waggies hang out. All you hear in the background is her laughing. Oh, man. And then you get then you get the nature loving hippies to come out and be like, we'll take care of you, man. You know, and then it's like the younger ones keep the older ones alive in a weird way by energy and by substance. And then the young ones don't ever have to pay rent or any of that crazy shit. I just want to live on an island like the Blue Lagoon and West Coconuts and own a Kiki bar, goals in my life. That would be fun as hell. I don't know if I would want to live there because eventually, you know, I do like fall weather and a cool breeze, but it would be fun as long as there's no sharks. Because I don't want to be eaten by a shark. That's not the way I want to go. Like, there's a way I want to go, but that shark's not one of them. Gabby, gabby, gabby. Oh, shit. We don't need dishes. We got the coconut bar. They just make the bowls and we toss them out. Or snakes. Snakes I don't really have an issue with as long as they don't bite me. If a snake ain't going to bite me, we're cool. Woohoo! I would rather die by shark than by snake. It would depend on the shark. Even though I would like to have a Pinocchio moment and be stuck inside of a well. And then go poof. Because that's how it's going to go. Poof, right out the blowhole. Poof. No digestion, just, who's all here?
The naked old people island.
No, in the below. Hey, sea biscuits. Giving her daily doom. It'd be like an orca. Dude, orcas are savage as fuck.
Oh, yeah. Remember when we learned?
I know.
Yeah.
I'm back. What did I miss? You missed nudist colony of old people, coconuts, not wanting to get ate by sharks, some wanting to be eaten by sharks, no snakes, pro snakes, and orcas. That's where we're at right now. Welcome to the shit show.
Do you need anything else?
Nah, if you want to take that up. I could probably go in that though. Other than that, I'm good.
Do you need this?
Somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, fuckery at its finest. Damn right. It's kind of like those round table discussions that, you know, parents used to have, except none of us really know each other except online. And I'm the only one that can actually, you guys can hear talking. So it's like, I brought you all here today. Talk about the fuckery in our lives. You can just leave it down there. It'll be all right.
Okay. Anything else? Let me do these way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I started my own channel reading for people's entities attacking me. I fight in spiritual warfare, and yeah, let's go. That's why I don't advise young readers to read for people without protection. Well, she got him. Wish me luck. Well, she just got him. Wish me luck. Have a good night, my loves. Good night, my dear. Orcas are my spirit animal. That's so much bad press. Family oriented and family stay together for life. Hey, Queen. You should have joined my life. I was in a live, baby. Sorry. Me too, Mike. Home. Sorry. Ooh, good luck, my dear. May the force be with you. Oh, shit. Give me a second. So, see, Cookie of Doom sent me these crunchies, which they're pretty awesome. And the kids love them. The hubby hasn't tried it yet. The hubby's not really like candy fan, just because it hurts his teeth, but that's why there's like 3 females in this house. Candy never gets neglected. I don't like to see that. Focus. Either way is good. You just gotta be careful, Gab, when you're tapping into other people's energies. No problem, dear. You enjoy your night, sweetheart. Mwah. Just keep swimming. This is how we do it. So, Queen, what brought you to our end of the world today? We are just fucking around, talking to each other. We can talk about spiritual questions, life, relationships, death, whatever you want to talk about. It's pretty much where we're at. That's the wavelength that we are flowing on today. Which I can't wait till next week because the hubby gets paid and I want to get some more wire to work with. I've been on this wire making kick. I don't know why. I've always hated wire working. Not like the stuff that can be made out of it, but just kind of doing it. Because after a while, it does hurt your fingers and sucks. I have to get a mod for Crime Channel. YouTube is high school drama. Woo! You should share the channel sometime, my dear. Good luck in your moderation for Crime Channel. Because there is a lot of us crime people who love it. Which I love watching that girl that does crime and makeup. Fucking love her. Random, but I love watching that kind of stuff. So, there was a question I was asked today. Hey, Earl, are you familiar with Chris Watts? I am not, but if that name is in Google, then not Google, YouTube, I should be able to find it. What was I saying? I got lost. Huh. That's not nothing new. Chris Watts. Dear Watson, what are we going to learn about today? That's what it makes me think of. What was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah. So, one of the questions that I got asked was, this was for that little interview thing. Where did you first learn about witchcraft? Like, what was your first exposure to it? Was it media, TV, or family? Hello? Hello? If you don't answer, I'm not. It's the most addicting crime case and more since John Bennett or OJ. Really? So is Chris Watts the person that did the crime or the channel where we could find out about the crime? I'm going to assume that they're crimey. I want to learn to pray to Greek goddess Hecate. Do you have any advice / tips? There is a prayer video on my channel. If you are wanting to pray to her, I would look up her epithets, which you can find online or in reading material, and just make it come from the heart. The way that I pray, sometimes I'll do the prayers like I got up here on this channel, and sometimes I just speak to her like I'm speaking to a friend. Telling them what I'm thinking about, where my thought processes is, kind of just like unwinding. How is it spelled? believe that's the right spelling, but I may have needed auto-corrected. But yeah, just make it come from the heart, my dear. And it just depends on what type of prayer you're doing. Is it like a prayer, that you say at night or in the morning? Or are you just looking for something for rituals or ceremonies? Like, depending on what you want. Actually, also, the Greek papyri is a good one, too. A lot of older stuff. The Witches Workshop Yahoo group. God, man, I forgot about Yahoo groups. Yes, he killed his wife and 2 of his daughters and put him in battery oil tanks and an oil company he worked for. But that's a corrupt mistress who they actually say is into type of dark things. Holy shit. Thank you, Knight. I only worshiping her since I am a beginner witch. Well, just because you're a beginner witch doesn't mean you should worship Hecate. It's not really how it works, and I would advise you doing some more research, my dear. Mic dropping witch. Bailey Sabrina has a timeline she put together on Chris Walks. Bailey Sabrina. I'm going to have to go look at that because that's fucking nuts. Like, I'm going to make a note of it because I haven't heard of that one yet. Like, that's insane. Killing the kids after you heard your drop. Okay. Well, as long as you did research, like when I read I only worship her since I'm a beginner witch or a beginning witch is what I think. I think that is what you were trying to say. That's why I was like, you don't have to necessarily pray to her if you're a beginning witch. There's a Netflix show. What's a Netflix show? Dear Lord, where have I been? Y'all are like, hey, check this out. But yeah, we're always posting stuff about Hecate on here, on our website, and on the Divine Witch group as well. So feel free to check them out, dear, along your journey, if you're still in here. It's so much drama on YouTube, and I would love to have you come on the panel for the person I mod for on a discussion on witchcraft. It'd be interesting. Yeah, all they got to do is just reach out and have a discussion. You know what I mean? As long as it doesn't turn into that you're practicing magic. Do you believe in the Wizard Harry? Like, I'm not into that shit. As long as it's like an even playing field of just honest questions, I'm cool with it. Not a problem, dear. So much drama on YouTube. There is always a drama, especially if you get into like music, not music, but makeup on YouTube. Fucking nuts, man. I'm not gonna lie. There's like 3 or 4 drama channels I listen to. Peter Mond is one. I did watch the Tea Spill or Spill Tea or something like that. It was something with the tea for a while, and then I stopped watching them. And then I was watching Rich Lux for a while, and then it kind of seemed like, I don't know. I like his personality, but I do think there's some people that are paying him off. Don't watch Netflix. Watch the documentary on... Don't watch Netflix. Watch the documentary on Netflix, and more so it would be a question as if he would have been under some kind of spell or as some of the narrative states. Yeah, I'll look into it because I've never really... Well, see, if I watch something, I watch everything about it. Like, if there's a Netflix show, I'm going to watch it. If there's a YouTube series, I'm going to watch it. Like, I'll deep dive into both. You said it's drama on YouTube. It probably is drama. It probably depends on the narrative. Was he really under a spell? Was he not? Blah, 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 blah. Because from what I'm getting, there's like this magical aspect into it and mind control or some shit. So I'll have to look into it, but it does seem interesting. It's just like there's like a couple in Florida that I know there was like supposedly witchcraft cults where they would go and kill people and stuff. And you see that around a lot. So that'd be something interesting. I'm going to have to really look into it. Well, at least I know what I'm doing with my Thursday night. Full body cam footage. He was under mind control. So what was, if you don't mind me asking, because I know you got to go, but like, what was the supposed practice that this person, like, what did they just label it as just witchcraft or different branches, certain type of witchcraft? Like, you can call me the divine. Pronouns, you can do she, they, them. Because as far as like me and my channel, like I've always said, hey, us or they or them, we're going to go do this. But I've done that most of my life. Or alien. I also accept alien. And it's not me making a joke. It's just sometimes you feel like you're out of this world. But do I believe I'm an alien? No. Chris Watts said NK mistress at the apartment. She participated in dark arts. You know, when it comes to dark arts, it really depends on the person's perspective. At least in, like, I used to be one of those people that seen things like black or white. You know what I mean? Kind of like this background. Like, oh, you need to be love and light and not get in the darkness. But depending on where you're getting your information of what's in the darkness depends on how you believe it. You know what I mean? Like, some demons were gods that got turned into demons by other, you know, it's a fucking thing, man. You get what I'm saying. It's like a whole thing. That's why when people are like, do you do light magic or dark? And I'm like, I like to say I'm kind of neutral, kind of like the earth. You have your good, you have your bad, and you have your in between. And I'm a little bit of balance of both. I'm going to have to turn my heat down today. It's so warm outside, it's kind of getting too warm in the house. See, you never know what's going to pop up during these Q&A discussions. When I got on here today, I didn't know we were going to talk about murder cases, but you know what? Here we are. I do, and all I believe in all of it. I'm going to see you tomorrow next time, and you go live, girl. Not a problem, babe. Have fun. Make sure to watch it. Oh, I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm going to watch the Netflix one, if somebody will give me the title to it. And also, I'll look up for the documentary on YouTube as well. It'll give me something to do. It'll kill a couple hours. Plus, it's stuff my husband never will watch. Like, he gets bored, you know what I mean? Like, if I watch podcasts or stuff like that, this is what I'll see at the other end of the couch. And I'm like looking at him like, for real? How are you not interested in this? And he's just looking up random stuff, you know what I mean? I do the same thing. If I'm not interested in something, I just look up random stuff. So I can't really pick on him too much. But it's just like, it's interesting. These people are psycho. Like the Netflix documentary for the Cecil Hotel. That girl who was a manager was suspicious as hell. American Murder, The Family Next Door. Well, I'm writing it down. I think I've actually seen the previews for that, but I'm like, you ever get in those moments where you're like, I ain't ready for death and destruction. By the way, last night I watched Disney's movie called Soul. Cried like a baby. Loved it. There was also another movie series I watched. It had the guy from Game of Thrones who was the imp. You know, the short guy. What is his name? I can never remember. Like, sometimes I remember his name, but sometimes I don't remember his name. But there is a show on Netflix that has him. And it was basically him and this other lady. Peter. Yes. Peter Dinklage. It was him and this other lady. And basically, the storyline is this girl gets older people and tries to take all their stuff, and then she messes with the wrong one. And it's a good show. Hey, Nicole. How you doing, baby? Not doing cards, baby. Read the description down below, sweetheart. Today is just a Q&A, set and chit-chat kind of day. Sorry for the confusion, my love. Do you like anime? I do. I liked Black Butler. I liked, I guess you could consider Sailor Moon kind of like an anime. So Sailor Moon was one I used to get into. So, you know, with anime, does it all have to be from like Japan or China? Or is all cartoons technically considered anime? I always wondered. Dinklage. Yes. I wonder if I can find. I'm going to try to see if I can find that name of the movie. Do do do. Do 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 do. If my shit will load. Seems like when you're looking up stupid shit, your like computer will go super fast. But when you're looking up stupid, like not stupid stuff, you know what I mean? It just doesn't want to do what you want it to do. What is that? I think it's number one today. Either that or it was 5 days ago. It was number one. I Care a Lot. That's what it's called. Wait, I don't want to see your video, bro. I just wanted the title. It says I Care a Lot. And it's got Rosamund Pike from Gone Girl. Super good. Highly recommend. It's almost got that War of the Roses kind of vibe between the two main characters. It's fucking great. Like, and when you get to the parts where I'm kind of referring to, you'll understand. Mm-mm-mm. Give me 1 second, guys. Fucking around. It is getting hot in this house. It must be starting to get better outside, you know what I mean? Like, I've been out there a few times, but I've always had the hoodie on, so I can't really tell the comparison. You know what I mean, jelly beans? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Do-do-do. So what do you guys want to talk about? It's almost 6 o'clock. I've been on here for only an hour. It feels slow. I think it feels slow because I haven't been doing the readings like I normally do. Do-do-do-do. Anybody got any plans for this weekend? Anything special you plan to be doing? I'm going to try to organize my life, which is always the goal every weekend. Trying to organize things, put stuff away, that kind of thing. Get caught on your table. Has anybody been watching WandaVision? I thought that was a cute little movie series. Do. Well, y'all, if that's all the questions or conversations we got today, I'll probably call it early. I don't want to, but, you know, I work best when I got other people to talk with. I'm the same every weekend as Let's Fix My Life weekend. Mark has been watching that. I Care a Lot, or speaking of Burton Trail, to Burton Trail in Kentucky. Sneaking off to Burton Trail. See, I gotta learn to read, dear Lord. I said 3 different things and none of them was your shit. WandaVision, I can't wait till tomorrow's episode. The struggle was real. Fuck yeah, the struggle was real. I'm struggling all day. I've been doing pretty good. I haven't had a real bad day. I feel like I'm back to my normal self. For the last couple of days, it's just kind of felt off. Like I said, my mind was just blank. And I was sleeping. It never happens. I'm like, that's it. I'm going to die. I'm actually sleeping. I'm not overthinking. I'm not planning ahead for nothing. Goodbye, cruel world. I felt numb, right? Like, I didn't give a fuck what happened, where we were. No fucks were given. I don't know what it was, but I think I'm over it. But, you know how that works out. You never really know till you know. But I know a few other people have told me that they've been feeling that way since my B-Day 220. Oh, how old are you? Or should I not ask? Do, 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 51. You're like, what, half a century now? That's not bad. Some of the best people I met have been in their 50s. And then you look at them and you're like, you're a fucking vampire. Because there's no way you look that good and you're in your fucking 50s. And I've met quite a bit of those, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's one of those things where it's like, I'm not raving the cradle, I'm raving the fucking funeral home. That sounds so wrong. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have put it like that. That's being a dick. I'll take my lashings later. I'm sorry. Fucking funeral home. God, I'm such a dick. That was the internal bitch. That's not me saying that you're old and you're about to die. And I feel like I'm just digging a fucking hole at this point. And I'm so sorry. Fuck. Oh, I'm going to have to work on that joke. That did not feel right. 1970, we didn't have color TV. Sad thing is, I've actually watched TV on a black and white TV. So I can't really say much. I just kind of feel like a dick now, and I don't know where to go from feeling like a dick. You know what I mean? That kind of moment where you're like, my inner bitch, you are such a dick. Sincerely, the owner of this fucking body. But it is interesting to see how far technology's come. That's got to be something that makes your mind go like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, you've been able to see technology, somewhat revolutions, happen, and all this crazy shit. You know what I mean? That's like something to be excited about. I think I would. I'd be like, motherfucker, back in my day, we didn't believe in color. Color didn't exist. Everything was black and white. I would so be that motherfucker. I do plan to be that motherfucker. Like, back in my day, you used to stack TVs on top of TVs. When one TV broke, it became a nightstand. And that's facts. My game system was such a piece of shit, you would have to blow on the game just to get it to play. It's like you were giving it fucking CPR. Or the best one yet. You'll never know the fucking struggle of walking with your music and trying to watch how you walk and not making sure that you bounce around too much, or the CD will skip because you couldn't afford the non-skipping feature. Fucking bullshit. And then you look today and kids got fucking cell phones and shit. And it's like they can watch anything they want. Hell, you're watching me right now. Probably some of you are watching me on a fucking phone. Could you imagine someone back in the day fucking lugging a TV being like, look, I'm watching so-and-so. Like, that'd be fucking weird, wouldn't it? Black nor white is a... Deleted my comment. Black nor white is a color. Just Walkman. Laugh my ass off. Right? Well, technically, you're right, because black is like devoid of any color, and then white is just nothingness. And in the end, we're a pile of nothingness into the world of existence in some form or way. Or at least that's what I've been told. Google it. I have seen the Walkman. They are the fucking little cassette tapes, right? Because, see, I'm with the 70s baby. He was in the end of the 70s, 79, but, you know, he's still a 70s baby. It's a shade, not a color. It's a shade, not a color. I'm sorry. Which one's the shade and not the color? The black or the white? No, I'm just fucking with you. You realize that, right? Yep. I had one of those too. And I had the Achy Breaky Heart CD. Both. Shade, not a color. Then my whole life has been a lie. And that's weird to think about it. Like, look at how many centuries we went, and then all of a sudden, within the last, 100 years or so, we got all this technology. It does seem crazy. And that's why aliens are real, kids. No, I'm just kidding. It might be, but... technology has come a long way. It's like today. I love the hubby. God love them. They had one of these Alexa where it has a screen and it looks like an Alexa speaker. And you say, hey, whatever, and then it'll turn to you. And then it'll show the picture, and then it'll follow you. The only issue I have with black is they can never make a black that is true, dark black. You know what I mean? Like, I want as black as my soul. I'm just saying. I feel like I was saying something. You ever have that moment where you're saying something, then you get distracted and you forget what you're saying, and then you try to go back to it, and it's like, it's gone now. That's where I'm at. That's why I say my squirrel is my spirit animal. Because I'm all over the place. Eventually I'll find my nuts, but I lose them along the way. Shades of gray. Black is an infinite color. And it's just kind of like, it's totally off subject. Well, I guess it isn't, and it is. It's just like, I've been keeping up with the Mars landing rover and the pictures that are getting sent back. And, you know, it's pretty to look at. And, you know, you start looking at all these different planets and space travel and all this. And it's like, if you look at these flying objects that are coming in and out of our, you know, zones of living, so to speak, you would think by now we would have technology to figure it out. And then you got people buying like commercial space in space. And it's like, really? Old enough to be alive and to be legal and to be a homeowner, but young enough to still say, fuck it all. I'm sorry about that. Rover is creepy. Rover. Oh, yeah, I know, right? Well, that's what I'm saying. And like, you know, I know with the space and like just watching some of the videos, like, because when you start watching about space and the space, you know, station and everything, then you get people saying, oh, it's all fake. You can see air bubble or water bubbles because that's how they train and all this and that. You go down the rabbit hole if you go deep enough, you know what I mean? It's just like space ice cream. They don't eat that shit. Like, that was just a whole marketing scheme. I agree. There's a lot of planets like Pluto. It's like, what was that one that's almost like Earth? It's like, oh, there's a couple of them. And there's one that's like really close. It's like so many light years away from us, which I think is the closest. And it's in the Goldilocks system. Don't do disgusting things in live. Oh, fuck it. I'm bored. Really? Like what, Allie? Whatever could you say? What are we going to do that's disgusting, my dear? We're sitting here talking about space. And you're coming in being a jackass. So, there's that. Like cleaning your nose. It's called blowing your nose. See, when you get stuff in your nose, sometimes you got to have it come out. It's called being a person. And Pluto isn't part of our solar system. I can't believe we kicked a planet out. I know, right? How dare us? We kicked it out, brought it back, and then kicked it out again. People are stupid. Oh, dear Lord. Goodbye. Bullying. Yup. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, you want to pick on little old me? You're fucking bored. Goodbye. Good day, sir. I said good day. By the way, enjoy the report against your account. You're welcome. Oh, annoying people. You gotta love it. I'll blow anything. That didn't sound right. I'll blow what I want. You enjoy your laundry, my dear. What was that about? I don't fucking know. People get bored jumping here. Didn't do these things on lives. Like what? I'm human. I'm blowing my nose. Oh no. Did the little piggies lose their house in the process? I didn't even notice. That's because I'm sly. Nah. It's because you're used to it. That's what it is. You're used to my drainage issue. Look, if there's people out there that'll watch a video of someone just saying, hi, my name is Poppy, and me blowing my nose is far from horrible. He'd have died seeing you eat and not share any cookies. I wish, that's one thing I wish that we could have is teleportation. So could you imagine how awesome that would be? Your friend's got something that you want, and you got something your friend wants, and you're like, bitch, I'm teleporting it to you. Hold on. Shipping is a thing of the past. Now, they're going to charge you for teleportation fees because that shit's going to happen. They just got to figure out how they're doing it. And then you'll find cheaper ones until, eventually Amazon will have their own teleportation system. But yeah, that's the thing. I think of the future. You're welcome. Like, I want, how they had on all the like spaceships on the shows where you pop in what you want and it just magically just it's right there. That'd be so awesome. Like, I'm excited to see what the future brings. Like, as far as like technology and, you know, and I also wonder if like here in, you know, the next 30, 40 years, is homelessness going to still be a thing? Will fighting for the right to, you know, have health care be a thing? You know, and kind of seeing where technology, you know, and just life kind of meets up. I think it'll be interesting to see. It'll either be interesting or sad, depending on, you know, how far or how not so far we've come. Yep. Cookies. Don't do these things on your channel. Like somebody paying my damn fucking bills. I'll tell you what, when people start paying my bills, I'll start doing what they want me to do. Till that time comes, you got no power, boo. You've got no power here. So you fuck off. Blagger. So did anybody hear about Lady Gaga? I guess her dog walker ended up getting shot. I don't know if they got killed or just maimed, you know what I mean? Like a flesh wound, so to speak. But apparently they stole her puppies. She is offering a $500,000 reward, no questions asked. Like, bitch, you ain't gonna ask questions and somebody got shot over your fucking dogs? No, I'm gonna be asking some questions. I'm just saying. I'm gonna look up that story just to see if the person made it or not. So they were shot critically. It's an criticalized condition. So yeah, and they used a semi-automatic weapon. I love how you're going to offer information about your dogs, but not information towards the motherfucker who shot the person who is watching your dogs. That shows you how much humanity is taken for value. I mean, I love my dogs too, but I'd be more worried about the individual that got shot than my puppies. If once I found out the people were okay, then I'd be worried about my puppies. That's just me, though. Welcome to the fuckery and the shit show where we just chit chat, talk about life. You can ask magical questions or just, you know, get to know everyone. Your choice. I feel like I got like a lot of energy. I don't know why though. I haven't really like drank any energy drinks or anything like that. Well, my dears, it does seem like we are slowing down a bit, but tomorrow I will be getting on here and I will be doing readings. I'm going to try to do a 3-hour reading session. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but we're going to give it a sure enough shot. You know what I mean? So until tomorrow, my dears, I wish you a good night and I shall see you then. Goodbye.